Hi Year 3, welcome to Thursday's English lesson. Before we start, I just want to say well done to all of you for all of your hard work that you're doing at home with your home learning. We know it's not easy being at home, and it's very different to learning at school, but well done for everything that you're doing. I also just wanted to let you know that I uploaded a video yesterday of the whole story of Mum and Mitty, so you can go over and watch that. If you haven't already watched that, you can see what happens in the whole book. Right, so let's get on with today's lesson. It's a bit of an arty lesson today. It's quite a nice one. So we're going to be identifying how presentation and illustration contributes towards meaning. So hopefully you will have seen from the pictures. I know it's hard because you haven't seen them in the flesh, but hopefully you've seen them well enough in the videos. And the illustrations in this book are amazing, and they use all of the traditional Kenyan prints and textiles. So we're going to be looking at those and thinking about how those illustrations contribute towards the meanings in the book and how it really makes a difference having those illustrations. And we're also going to be developing comparison skills between pictures. So the first two pictures that we're going to be looking and thinking about are these two. Now we know that these are the women who came and visited Wangari, the first two women. So we are going to think about what is similar and what is different. Now you will see, hopefully you would have seen that you have got a sheet saved in today's lesson with these two pictures on, and you've got the similarities and the differences. Now again, it's up to you whether or not you print off that sheet and use it, or you can just look at these pictures here, and whilst we are going through the lesson, you can just jot down similarities or differences. So I'm leaving that up to you to decide. So we're going to look at these pictures, think about what's similar and what's different. Now I might start off by saying the textiles, you can say they're very similar in style. You can see the Kenyan textiles being used in both of these illustrations, in both of the clothes and in the background. So that's a similarity. I might also say that they're both very colourful. Also, the sun is in the background. I don't want to give you too many because I want you to think of some on your own. I might say a difference is the colour in the background. They are both one colour, but one is yellow and one is blue. So does that suggest maybe that one is at dusk and one is in the middle of the day? Maybe. You might also want to think about their faces. Do they look happy? Do they look sad? What about the children in the pictures? What's similar and what's different about those? How are they holding themselves? Are they standing or are they sitting? What are they doing with their hands? Okay, so I want you to think about the similarities and the differences of these pictures. You might also want to think about some of these questions. What are the women looking at? Where do your eyes go first? So when you first look at these illustrations, what do you see first? The position of the children, I've mentioned that. What's around their heads? And can you talk about the background? So you might want to pause the video now and write the similarities and differences to these pictures now, or you might want to watch this whole video first and then do the sheet. So that's up to you if you want to pause it now. But those are the first two pictures we're going to be comparing, and then we're going to move on to another two. Okay, so we will move on to those ones now. So this is the first woman, and the first picture is before she met Wangari, and the second picture is after she met Wangari. And again, we're going to be comparing them. What are the similarities? What are the differences? Okay, and we are going to think about these questions now. Where are they looking? Where do your eyes go first? In this second picture, I would probably say that the first thing that I'm drawn to is the background, is the sky. It's quite different to the other two pictures. It looks like the sky. It doesn't look like any of the African traditional prints that have been used there. I'm also drawn to the plant that she is planting. Okay, you might want to think about the children. Are they in similar positions in both pictures? Are they in different positions? Are their facial expressions different in the pictures? What's around their heads? Again, And what can you say about the backgrounds, okay? So all you're doing today is you've got this set of pictures and the other set of pictures, and you're comparing them. What's similar, what's different? Once you've done that, you might want to extend yourself by writing some sentences and say why you like them, or maybe there's something in them that you don't like, and explain why it is that you don't like them, okay? You might want to also write some sentences about how these pictures, illustrations, really help to form the book, okay? So I think these illustrations are really important, and they really help your imagination. And it gives you a good insight into what it's like in Kenya, okay? So that is the first part of the lesson. You might want to pause the video now and go off and do that, and then come back and watch the rest of the video, because the second part of the lesson is more arty. So you might want to get this done first and then come back. So that's up to you. I'm going to move on to the second part of the lesson now. And this is going to be using the Textiles you're going to be using the Textiles which Kadir Nelson used to illustrate the book, okay? And what you're going to do, saved in today's lesson, is another sheet. There is a template of you can pick either one, it doesn't matter, but you are going to use the Textiles to show the person's feelings before they meet Wangari, and then the person's feelings after they meet Wangari, okay? So here are some of the prints. Now again, if you don't have a printer, this isn't a problem. You can have a look at the prints that are saved on the website. You can then copy them yourselves by drawing them, okay? But I want you to try and copy them so that they correspond to these pictures, yeah? So what you're going to do is draw an outline of the woman before she meets Wangari. Think about the colours of these prints, okay? Because that needs to show how she's feeling, okay? So I think we know that she's not particularly happy before she meets Wangari. She's probably worried. She might be a bit hopeless, okay? She's come to Wangari for help. So that means, I think, she's probably not going to be wanting to wear bright colours, okay? So we want the pictures to reflect how they're feeling, okay? And then think about how the woman feels after meeting Wangari. Okay, she's given her some hope. She's given her some seeds to plant this tree, which is going to give her food, will give her firewood, okay? So then think about the textiles, think about the colours, the patterns that you would put on this woman after meeting Wangari. You're probably going to want some brighter colours, lots more patterns going on, okay? So the idea of this is to pick a print that reflects their moods and feelings before and after, to show their switch in feelings before meeting Wangari and after meeting Wangari. And like I said, if you don't have a printer, or if you don't want to print off the textiles, just look at them and then you can draw them out yourself, okay? So that is the second part of the lesson. Which prints best represent how they are feeling before and after meeting Wangari, okay? So it's quite a nice lesson today, quite a fun lesson, quite creative. So I hope you enjoy it. Everything that you need is on the website. And well done again for all of your hard work that you've been doing at home. And I will see you again for the final lesson next week. This week of English. And I hope you all have a lovely day.